Hey, what's going on, y'all? I recently just received my Alibaba wheels. So this is the box for it. And I had a very good friend let me borrow one of his OE Nismo wheel. So we're gonna do a comparison between the two, kind of check out the design differences. So that would be for this video. I have plans to get the wheels tested. The company is gonna be Smithers out in Akron, Ohio. So I gotta figure out what type of testing I wanna do between these two wheels, because there's three major standardization companies: the TUV, JWL, and ASTM. So TUV is the European one. It's a little more stringent. And then you have the Japanese one, the JWL. That's always like stamped on the JDM wheels and stuff. And then the American standard is the ASTM. You don't really hear about this one as much, but that's for a later video. So this is the unboxing for the Alibaba wheel. You kind of see so it comes in a bag, got styrofoam on the rim lip and a cover. This is how it looks like. Right, let me go ahead and pull out the other one. So this one's an OEM one. This one was bought from RZG Motorsports. You can see it's got the OEM part number there. All right. Pull this back. All right, so this is the OE Nismo wheel. And this one is the Replica. So spec-wise, they're the same. I specifically ordered the Alibaba one to be 19 by 10.5 plus 23 to be the same as the OE wheel. So when we kind of compare, on the outside they kind of look identical. So the spoke design, kind of see pretty much the same, but start looking closely, this area is a little different. It's narrower here, it's a little wider here. Then the lettering looks about the same. The center board is a little different. You can kind of see how thick this is. Kind of how thin this is. And the board is a little different too. It kind of recesses inside before it gets to this lip. And on this one, it's just flat. It's solid. It just goes straight down. Another difference is at the lug hole edge. it comes out, and then there's a hard line before it comes down. While on the Replica, it just slopes down. It's a smooth curve. Then for the JWL, this is recessed. And then on the real, the legit one, it's raised. And then for the valve stem, it's a little thicker where the valve stem seats versus the Replica, which is very thin. That's a little hard to see. I think that's most of the differences on the outer side. Oh, interesting. So OE 370Z wheels, even G37, you have to use shank style. So it's got this large area for a washer, and then it straight down. While on the Alibaba ones, it looks like it's designed to use a conical, kind of like an acorn or even tuner style. So that's something to even consider, or something to definitely consider. That's actually a big difference. Yeah, so you actually wouldn't be able to use the OE shank style because it wouldn't go deep enough. All right, so let's flip these on the side to compare the barrels. All right, so looking at the two barrels, you can tell that it's significantly different. Of course, this is the OE one with the OE inspection stamp. So the drop center on this is very even across. And then the Replica one has the deep drop center towards the face of the wheel. And this is the same orientation on both. Then if you're looking at it, you can tell this area in here where the bead seats is significantly different. It's closer on the back side, but definitely different on the front. And of course, the back of the valve stem is somewhat similar. Of course, you can kind of tell because of how the drop center is. It's different right there. Yeah, so barrel side, that's pretty much it. So let's flip it over to the back of the hub. So one of the first things you notice is that the OEM has the indentations behind the spokes. The Replica doesn't. And of course the Replica doesn't have the stamping, doesn't have the offset, doesn't have, you know, forged or raised engineering. The only information you have is the stamping here. I mean, it says it was tested, but I mean, you could always stamp it on, you know. These aren't really, these are self-regulated, so technically they could just slap it on, but we'll see. And of course the OEM has all the stamped information, 19 by 10.5 plus 23, J-Dot, Nissan, raised, forged. Oh, another big difference is this groove. that you see. And the Replica does not have the groove. And looking at them side by side, of course, the rim flanges are significantly different. And of course, I mentioned that the barrel, how the drop center is different. Yeah. So I think that covers all the visual differences. So next thing will be for me to go grab the weight. Actually, looking at the spokes, does that look a little different to y'all too? Maybe it's just the coloring. Maybe it's the way how this is colored. But it seems like there's more bend here. Yeah, it feels like the angle is different. I could definitely feel like it's sharper here. And it's not as sharp of an angle for the contour of this bend. All right, the reel is 22.2. Kind of hard to tell, but that's 22.2 pounds for the reel. All right, and that just missed it, but the Replica was 25.2 pounds. And another thing that's also different is actually the spoke design. So using the O as the reference, this width is roughly, we'll just say 36 millimeters. And then here at the O, it's roughly 25. On this one, the width, right? The width is roughly 32. And then the height here is roughly 27. Yeah, the overall spoke, if I tried to wrap my hand around it, I can't even get my fingers to touch. But on these, I can get my index and pinky to touch. So the widths are definitely different. There's some dimension differences between the two. It's just the general design is similar. All right, so in addition to both of these weighing different weights, the weight balance of the wheel is also different. This one, the OE, of course, has a more spoke front biased weight distribution versus the I would say the Replica is a little more centered, it feels. Kind of hard to tell where it is, but it's starkly different. Of course, I don't know what type of metallurgy each use, but you can kind of tell. I don't know if that's based off of density or whatnot, but it's starkly different.